first of all, I know you two met at school, but just tell us how you met and what influenced you to get together and produce Suburban Soul.
Well, we pretty much just found that all of our free time was taken up of us hanging out in the music block, kind of making music, basically. It was never really a structured protocol in the early stages. And then from there, we decided that we should probably do something with it, and carried on, and obviously parted our ways for university and things like that, and then came back and started it as a band and as a kind of working project.
And who are your influences? Because it sounds like you both have interest in music from all kinds of eras and genres. So is that what brought you together as well, that kind of mix of music that you loved?
Yeah, I guess so. We're both quite heavily into like R&B and soul and hip hop, but also, I mean, the Suburban Soul thing comes from like folkier artists as well, like Van Morrison and Joni Mitchell. So it's a bit of an amalgamation of everything, really, which we pretty much always agree on, with some exceptions.
So then April Blue came about. How did you come up with the name? When did you officially start?
Well, yeah, we'd been playing together for a while, and at one point in our lives we were both fairly taken by a young lady called April Blue. And, well, called April, actually, but because she broke both of our hearts and fell out over it.
I wish I hadn't have asked now.
Yeah, I know,
It's
yeah.
awkward.
So, yes, she became April Blue, but we'd better keep her actual identity concealed.
Yeah, I was going to say, does she know?
I don't know whether she knows.
We don't talk about it, Trev.
Probably best.
It's a gender subject.
So you got an event coming up on the 9th of August to launch your EP. You got a video shoot happening as well. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, well, we're playing at the Jungle Bar in Hertford, which is a cool little spot, and we are going to be shooting the video for Energy, which is a track from Music for Passengers. But we're getting the crowd to do all the hard work, and they're going to be shooting it for us on their phones and whatever else, submitting the footage to us, and then we're going to edit it all together, and it's going to be our official video. So we're pretty excited. And
you seem to enjoy putting together all your own videos, and you enjoy the production side of it as well as the writing and performing.
Yes, very much so. Probably boils down to the fact that we're a little bit controlling, actually. And we like to have kind of hands-on involvement with every part of it. We have worked with other producers and songwriters, and that's great, but it often comes down to us having quite a set view of what we want to happen. So it seems only sensible that we end up doing it, and as you know, we've got the capabilities, then that's what we do. And we're usually pretty pleased with the results, so we've stuck to that method, really. The good thing about working with other people is sometimes you do get those ideas that we would never have come up with ourselves, and that kind of throws new ideas around, and it kind of keeps the wheels turning, I suppose. But I think it's important that we still maintain that kind of unified working structure between us, so that we can spur ourselves on, but actually the real kind of the heart and soul of it is still there.
So how do you guys work? Do you sort of get together and write together, or does one of you go off and write some lyrics and one of you then do the music, or is it all a collaboration the whole way through?
It really varies depending on all sorts of factors. I mean, we're both writing fairly constantly, just day to day anyway, so we often bring those ideas together. Sometimes we sit down together and write some stuff. Sometimes we write in the studio, which I quite enjoy. And that's quite collaborative, and it's almost, you know, starting from scratch is nice, and we put a beat down and then build it up together. But yeah, it really depends on where we're at and how the inspiration takes us.
And that's the word I'm interested in, inspiration, because I have no ability to write a song at all. So are you constantly on the lookout for ideas? You've got a notebook, you're constantly coming up with ideas?
I personally when I write, I tend to be listening to a tune that I already love by someone else, and then what happens is quite often I mishear the lyrics and then get inspired to write a song with the lyrics that I thought I'd heard over the top of someone else, which sounds kind of cheating, but whenever we've done that, we always come up with something that sounds like us rather than whoever we've tried to kind of mimic almost. And yeah, as I say, like that tends to be the way that I work, and then we kind of do our independent thing and then pool our ideas and kind of bounce things off each other and say, well, yeah, that's really great, but how about if we do this and that, and then it becomes an April Blue track, basically.
And what about the sort of progression from sort of two guys starting out to where you are now, when you've won awards and you're starting to get some notice? You've been on Sky and BBC Radio and obviously the Trev and Ben show. So how's the progression been? How difficult a slog is it to start getting noticed? Because it's not easy, is it? It's
not easy. It's a lot of work, but I think at the heart of it, we're always doing, or usually doing, what we want to be doing. So it's long, and it is hard, but as long as it always comes back to the music, then it's quite an enjoyable process, if you know what I mean. So Music for Passengers is the EP that you're launching officially on the 9th of August. This is the hard copy version, is that right?
Yes, so at the moment you can download it for free from our website. If you want a nice hard copy CD that we've spent lots of time and lots of money on, then come along to the launch, or you can very shortly order it from our website as well. Obviously then you get the CD and the artwork and all the nice tangible elements of music. But yes, for the time being, they can download it from our website and share it as much as they can, really. And your other EP, Notes, is also available, right? That is available, yes, also. We've got CD copies of that as well, so if there are any old school people out there that like having a record collection, then they should get the CD. Excellent. Well, look, we wish you well, guys. Enjoy the event, and we look forward to seeing the video. And do keep us up to date with how things are going. We will do. Sure. Thanks so much for having us involved.